All
Yep,
right.
we're good.
Now we're gonna set up the clap.
Do we clap together? Did I clap
You
now?
can do it on your own.
Okay, we're good.
Maybe we should clap together.
Oh my fuck.
All right. I'll do it on 3. Okay. I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, and then we'll clap.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. 3, 2, 1, and when I say clap,
Okay.
it's like 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, clap.
I don't think that we're good.
I don't think clap on 1.
Okay.
So 3, 2, 1, like that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
There's a delay. There's a delay. There's
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
We're good. We're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the inaugural episode of Takeout Food, the podcast where we talk about our day-to-day lives, whether that be about our current jobs in fast food, music, sports, or just anything that's really on our minds. My name is Ark, and today I am joined by my co-host, IceNM. Say what is up to the people.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm not wearing pants.
Yeah, I guess that's, the pro of being at home during COVID and shit.
And COVID's over. Just ask Texas and Mississippi.
Me being in Alabama currently, our
Mandate.
mask mandate ends in 8 days.
Ours.
So
I'm in Tennessee. I don't know when the fuck ours ends.
that's probably something you might want to look
It's
into.
probably not ending anytime soon. Tennessee's a little bit more progressive than I thought they were.
Well, good old Mama
Like
Ivy,
State Farm.
man, our governor, she said she's
Mama.
not extending it past the 8th. So I think ours is done. I don't know how that's gonna go, but
No one in Tennessee
see.
wears them anyways.
Really?
Force we do at work.
Nobody wears them down here except for people that are forced to by their jobs.
Yeah.
So that's really all that it is.
Mhm.
Like Walmart had a big thing where they were forcing, like, if you walked into Walmart without a mask, they were sitting up front with masks and they would make you buy them to enter Walmart.
Well, that's what happened
They just don't care anymore.
When we hung out the day of the Super Bowl. They told Gio
that's right.
Yeah, he told him to put the
They
mask
told
on.
you we were all having a Super Bowl party, go Chiefs. And we were going to Walmart to get some food and stuff, and they told Nick's roommate that he couldn't come in with us unless he had a mask, and he was just like, okay, and they just walked in with us.
Yeah, well, he tried to get one from
Just
the
didn't care.
Subway, like a throwaway one from Subway. I didn't have any. And then he was like, "Do I want to buy one?" I was like, "Do you want to buy one?" He's like, "No." Then I was like, "Then don't buy one." And throw you out. Like, I had one on.
Well, all right. With this being our inaugural episode and nobody knowing any single thing about us, introduce yourself to the people, Nick. Tell us what you're all about, Because as I mentioned in our intro, we both work currently in fast food as managers. So kind of give us a little bit of detail on that.
My name's Nick. I work in fast food and I have for 4 years. I left fast food for 4 months, 3 months at one point to do life insurance. I worked at McDonald's 3.5. No, oh, God, I've been in fast food longer than fucking. God,
Yeah,
it's
been
like,
longer than
holy
4 years.
shit.
Man.
It's been
what
like,
are you? It's 2021. You're 22 now. You've been in fast food for like 6 years.
It's been like we'll say 5. I've been in fast food 5 years. No.
Make up your
4.5.
mind.
4.5. Okay. So I've been in fast food since June of 2016. And I left McDonald's November 2018. And then came back to fast food to work in a different company called Jack's in the Southeast. It's a regional thing. I've worked there since March of good cough. March of 2021. And I still work there now. 2020, not 2021.
Like 2021, you've only been there a month?
Yeah, just 3 days exactly. No. But no, I'm second in charge of my store. We're straight. And it's busy. This sucks. COVID, money, tax season. I make good money. I like my job. It's just I'm obsessed with money. That's like what makes me.
It's a rough time of the year to be in fast food.
Yeah.
Currently.
Well, it's also building
like right now, and then like midsummer are like the worst times to be working.
AIDS. Like this.
I don't know if we could say that. No, we can't. What was that little like Seth Rogen laugh I just had?
Those TikToks that dude makes acting like Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen, that was
Those
fucking
are some of
comedy
my
gold.
those are some of my favorites.
Comedy gold. Comedy gold.
But anyways, like you saying you're working at Jack's now. Jack's, if anybody that's
Nobody
not from the
knows.
state of Alabama, Tennessee, or Georgia,
Mississippi now. Mississippi.
is
We're in
a
Mississippi too.
Mississippi now too.
Yeah, a lot. There's a lot in Mississippi.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they
But
built
Jack's is a southern food, like fried chicken,
burgers, ice
coleslaw, burgers,
cream,
mashed potatoes,
green beans.
breakfast biscuits, all that
No
kind of
mac and
stuff.
cheese
Like,
though. Sorry, quit asking.
dang. But it's a very southern. It's southern food. It's a fast food place, but it's southern food. Fresh chicken. You got to batter and then drop after that, and
Yeah.
very very good. They have probably the best fries in the country, and I don't even care if I've never had some of the places you think have the best fries. You're wrong.
Bro,
Jack's has the best
In
fries,
and
and that's
Out,
just how it
man.
is.
I've never had it.
Shut up. Shut up. Jack's has the best fry. It's a very local only. They're trying to expand, right?
Got
Like they're
100.
trying.
Yeah, we're at 198 locations, I believe, as of last week. We have a
How many of
200.
those are out of the state of Alabama?
Like 90.
Okay, I didn't even know they were that
yeah.
expanded. Like there was a point a few years back where they were only in Alabama.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. They weren't even outside of the state.
Yeah.
So they're trying to branch out, but it's still a very small, growing fast food chain.
$1 billion
But,
net worth though.
Yeah, just hit $1 billion. That's actually insane
Yep.
for how little stores there are and how fast they hit it.
Yep.
That's really crazy.
Yep.
They also charge out the ass for their foods.
No, I mean compared to McDonald's, yeah, but compared to like Chick-fil-A, no.
Well, that's why Chick-fil-A makes so much money.
Chick-fil-A makes a lot of
Have
money.
you ever seen it? Have you ever seen a Chick-fil-A drive-through without 95 cars in it?
Have you ever seen a Chick-fil-A drive-through store without 75 employees in it? It's ridiculous.
I guess to the point where I understand they're very busy, but they have so much labor cost going on.
They don't care about labor. They're just, and apparently I forget who I talked to recently. Someone that worked at Chick-fil-A. They said they hired him at $7.25 and they took like 6 months to get a 30-cent raise. It's hard to get good money as crew people in Chick-fil-A. I mean, I've never worked there, but just from what I've heard from other employees and things
with
like
myself, I just got a promotion. I'm currently second in charge of a McDonald's in Glencoe, Alabama. Very happy to have that promotion. I've been working in food since I was 16, so about 5 years now, about same as you. But I've gone through many restaurants, bro. Like I started off at this little southern seafood place called Top of the River in our hometown of Gadsden. Amazing restaurant, awful people. Went to a Mexican restaurant called El
I forgot
Tapatio.
you worked there.
I was there for like a month. I was a bus boy and I couldn't understand anybody, and I thought they were talking bad about me and laughing at me, so I quit.
That was really racist.
It wasn't racist. They would literally laugh at me. What do you mean?
Because you're a
I was
fat
a
white.
little, I was a little white boy.
Fat white bus boy.
Yes, that's exactly what it was, and I just didn't really feel comfortable there because I couldn't talk to anybody. I just literally would have to sit there all day, and it's nobody's fault. Like, I just couldn't understand them. That's all it was. And then went back to Top of the River after that, and ended up getting fired. Got fired.
You didn't really get fired. Okay, you got promoted to a server, and then they asked you to step down back to busboy, and you said, "Hey Nick, is McDonald's hiring?" McDonald's is always hiring.
I called you. I was like, "Hey, are you hiring?" And you were like, "Yeah." I was like, "Hey, can you give me a job?" And you were like, "Yeah." And I got a job in a week. Started out there. Shit, when was that? Like,
it was right after graduation, so like June.
August will be 4 years.
Yeah, so August of 2017.
Yeah, August of 2017. I started there. Started working with you at both of our first McDonald's locations at Southside McDonald's in Alabama.
Connected to a gas station with the ceiling falling in to a grub bar.
It's
bad. It's really
yeah.
bad.
The people that own that lease are not great people with that McDonald's.
Yeah.
But after that, I went to a much busier location and became a manager after about a year of working as a crew member. I started off when I started with you at 7.25, and I'm currently up to like 14 an hour right now. Like I'm making pretty decent money for Alabama standards, at least. But
I'm making 1506 before
mhm.
my current raise. I'm about to get a raise. I just got
I
promoted
mean,
too.
we're both kind of in the same position here, just second in charge of our respective locations, and
Yeah. A lot
just
of
currently
stories.
getting our ass kicked every day.
Every day. I've had 3 days off in the month of
Every
March.
day.
The month of March. I
Me and you
stream.
both worked 65 plus hours last
Yeah,
week.
yeah. Paychecks are nice.
Rough.
Bank account's looking solid.
They're nice, but
Yeah,
the pain that comes with them,
yeah.
you know, not great.
But
Um, kind of diving into a topic that is currently very big in the memes right now. Nick, what is your best Karen story? Just customer that was a complete douchebag.
I mean, I got a lot of Karen stories, but I would say, I mean, it's hard to say a best one because like you'll forget about one. It's like when we're in, be like, oh, I remember this. My best, like if I'm talking about my number one, it'd probably have to be this dude who tried to fight one of the managers I had at McDonald's, the one you're working at now. When I worked
Mm,
there, uh, it was like Saturday. It was a Saturday morning, and so I worked like a 4 a.m. to like 2 or whatever, and it was like I had to stay over. It was like 2:45, almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm just
mm,
counting money in the office, like dead fucking tired, busy day, not enough people, normal shit. And I hear everyone just screaming, like I hear commotion. I was like, I look out and I don't see anybody really doing anything. I was like, whatever, they're just being stupid. Then I hear Nick, like one of the girls up front, as loud as she could, scream for me. So my big ass comes running through the fucking store like full speed. That takes someone out. So I'm gonna give context before I describe what this guy did. Dude came through the drive-thru, pulled up the speaker, and was like he was like, "What can I get for you?" And the guy was like, "Hold on a minute," and he's like yelling at his kid in the back seat like aggressively, and the girl in headset's like a 16-year-old like young girl, and like he was being a dick to her too because she was like trying to help him like get his order together. And I had an older black dude named Carlos. This dude was like real sketch, but like he was a G. Like there was a customer that come through with like a really dirty car. He cleaned that car out. This guy was he was a good dude when he wanted to be, or he could be a real asshole when he wanted to be. But Carlos like jumped on the headset because he was like back there taking money in the first window, and he was like, "Hey, watch how you you talk to her. It's a young girl or whatever." And the dude got like fucking insanely mad and like
mm,
stormed and like flew out of the drive-through, like pulled up out front, parked out front, and ran inside and like ran behind the counter about like 5 steps behind the counter. And I was like pointing my finger at my manager, who's also a young black guy, and trying to fight him. And that's when they called me when they got stepped behind the counter. Luckily, my manager is a very tame personality person. I played football with the dude, great guy.
yeah,
Would hire him
yeah,
back at any restaurant I ever will work at. He's a great dude. Um,
love him.
yeah, good guy. You know him too. Um, but he's cussed the guy. He's like, you motherfucker, you son of a bitch! I'm gonna beat your fucking ass, ba ba ba." And so I am just like not having it because and first thing in my head is this dude's my boy. Like he's my manager, work, whatever. If I hear the N word out of this dude's mouth, he's getting hit. Period. End of discussion. I don't give a fuck what happens with my job at that point. That's my boy. That's my manager. Like, no, never. Like, we played football together. We fought together. Will not let that happen.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
like, I walked up to the dudes. Of course, he stepped back, and I got like in his face, and so he's like pointing around me at this point at the other manager, and he's like trying to get around me, and I'm like, bro, calm down. Like, you need to leave. Like, you can't be acting like this. Like, this is private property. You can't be acting a fool. Like, we own, like, just trying to calm him down. My heart's adrenaline. I'm like, what, 19, 20 years old at this point. I'm just like, oh God, this is a terrible situation. And at that time, he like steps around me and goes to the counter and smacks his hand on the counter as hard as he can. And one of the girls like just screams, has a panic attack because she like had dealt with some abuse like at home before, and so like any time when someone got really loud like that, it set her off. Um,
Mm.
and so I was like, "Bro, you gotta go, like get out, like you have to leave." And it was
Jesus.
it was bad. Like it just imagine someone just screaming. Like the video of like someone like Karen on like YouTube or something, like just screaming. Yeah, it was that. It was a
It was a
fad.
it was a video of it. I
Yeah,
remember
I
this.
I
I remember
have
the
the
situation.
video.
There was a video. floating around on Facebook of that
Yeah,
day, and I remember you.
yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
awful.
I have the video on my phone, but like there's a group of like some sweet old black ladies in the corner. They're super super sweet. They were so nice to me after this happened. I had to go out in the lobby after and apologize to like the 12 customers I had out there because there was like little kids and
Yeah.
stuff, and like of course people left really
Mhm.
mad, and I was nothing I could do about that, you know.
It's not your fault.
Yeah,
Like this
well,
dude wanted to come in like
she
that. Like
she recorded it, but like it was like on a really old Android kind of phone, and
she
it's not.
recorded it off her like Motorola
Yeah,
X flip phone.
Happy Meal toy from 1997. You know, like it. I mean, there's a video of it, but it won't really play on my phone anymore because it's just such bad quality. And I've upgraded phones since then. The iCloud stuff, you know, with video sometimes it's a little iffy. But that was probably the worst, because that was like I've never had someone sat behind the counter on me really for real. Because like I
Mhm.
am kind of a big guy, and I kind of have the presence about me of like like respect us. Luckily, not being at McDonald's now, I must say customers are a lot nicer. At McDonald's,
Yeah.
they're much worse.
Well,
No,
going off of customers trying to fight managers, there was one day I can't even remember. Oh yeah, so there was this very very nice young girl. She's like 16 years old up in the front window. It's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. School rush has really just ended. We're getting our last few people like coming home from work and stuff and that kind of rush. And this little girl, she's only been here like maybe a month and a half up in the front window handing food out. And she hands the food out to this guy. And I'm sitting here trying to bag food and give it over to her. And I just hear this dude start yelling, "Where's my fucking McChicken?" Like yelling at this girl, this just little girl. He's like, "I want my fucking McChicken now. Are you fucking stupid?" Like, pardon my language, but literally just going off on this little 16-year-old girl. And she calls me over to the window and I'm like, "Yes, sir, what's the problem?" And he goes, "I want my fucking McChicken right fucking now." Just going off. And I was like, "Sir, I understand that you're missing some food and I'll be happy to get the food for you. But one thing that you're not going to do is yell and curse out this little 16-year-old girl that's in the window. I don't care who you are. You're not going to sit here and yell at these binders that are just trying to do their job. Now, you can sit here and we can have a chat and I'll be happy to give you your new sandwich, but you're not gonna yell at this little girl." And he was like, "Oh yeah, who the fuck do you think you are? Huh? Why don't you come over here and step out and fight me?" It's like going off of like, "Sir, I'm not gonna fight you. I'll get your McChicken." And he was like, "I don't even worry about the McChicken anymore." Literally just being an asshole. And he looks at me and he was like, "You're a punk ass little bitch. I'll rock your shit." I was like, "All right, bet."
cool,
And
cool.
I started to walk towards the door because I was going to go outside and confront this guy. Like it is the most pissed off I've ever been at a customer in my life because he was acting not even because it was towards me. I've had so many people cuss me out
Yeah,
in this work.
fuck them.
Like it's unfathomable the amount of people that have cussed me out. But when you start yelling at these just like little girls that are working here, I can't. Like it is my job. It's not just my job to be in this building and just run a shift. I have to protect these people that are in my building.
Hmm.
They're my crew.
Number one
So
priority.
I go to walk towards our little side door that we have to go out to the drive-through and talk to this guy. And as soon as I open the door, he just speeds off and goes. So
Yeah,
mm,
I have a similar story about like me personally about like that's probably when I get the most mad is when it's a younger employee. And I see
mhm,
someone being an asshole. When it's an old like if I'm working in the morning and I have some older people and someone's being an asshole, I kind of let my employee handle it for the most part. The older I've gotten, the more I let my employees kind of handle situations, see how they react, and like 'cause they
yeah,
know if they need me, I'm right there. Like I got
mhm,
you. But see how they interact and how they handle the situation.
yeah.
Um, but when I was like 17, when I got hired at McDonald's, my GM, like he's a good friend of mine still, guy named Dakota. You'll probably hear him a lot in this fucking podcast. There's a lot of stories. Um, he uh he told me I was too ugly to work up front, so I only I did truck and I did kitchen because I was like
Dakota
ugly.
said that to you?
Yeah, yeah, that's what he told me. He said you're too ugly to work in service. I was like, I mean, you're not wrong. So
Now that this podcast is going to be going out on YouTube, a lot of the people will probably agree with him.
yeah, right, right, right. Don't blame me. It's fine. I know I'm ugly. It's okay. We embrace it. But he told me I was too ugly to work up front. I was like, okay, whatever. I'll work in the kitchen. Finally, I got to the point where I was working up front, and the first day I ever did up front, of course, I was in the window because that's you don't have to take any orders there, and you're just kind of taking money and giving food, and being
Yeah,
polite. So I was in the window,
that's how
and
McDonald's is at least.
yeah, I was in the window. I was taking this dude. I was giving his food. him his food, and I had 2 coffees. The girl was pouring the coffee, so I handed his food out first, and I was getting the coffees. I handed him coffees. I didn't even look at the fucking screen. I was my first day up there. He was like, "Which one's fucking decaf?" And I was like, "Uh, um." I turn to the girl and I go to ask, and he's like, "My fucking mom will fucking die if she drinks regular fucking coffee. She can only drink fucking decaf." And I'm like, uh, we can re we can remake them. Like I can
just
make them
make those real
again.
quick.
Like I was just like because like I've never been over. I was like looking around at people, and this is at McDonald's where like when at that point when I worked there was no good management at all. So like that situation, I'm fucked. I got to deal with it myself because it's like there's no one I trust enough to say, like, "Hey, can you handle this for me?" No, I have to get it myself. So I was like, sir, and I was like, just like stuttering, like just uncontrollably, just panicking, and the girl just like who made the coffee just staring at me like, what? Like, what do you want me to do? And so finally he's like, "Oh, fuck y'all," and he just left. And his mom was in the passenger seat, and she was like, the SpongeBob, like the lady, the chocolate lady.
The chocolate lady
Yeah,
in the
that's
wheelchair?
what she looked like. She was just sitting there. If she had regular coffee, it probably would have
What are
killed
they
her.
selling?
But if you're getting decaf coffee, you
Where's my
probably
decaf?
you probably shouldn't get it from fast food. You probably should just make it home to make sure it's
No,
not ever gonna be regular coffee.
no,
Or you shouldn't just drink coffee at all. That would be a safe bet.
no. I had a dude call up to the restaurant the other night, and to be fair to the customer, he had a very legitimate complaint, and I was fully prepared to give him a refund for his entire order, which was like $30, and give him new food because of his complaint. He called up to the restaurant, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I came through there about 30 minutes ago or so, and I get home to eat my food, and there's a damn hair in my food." I was like, "There's a hair in your food?" And he said, "Yep, there is. I can take a picture and send it to you and everything." And I was like, "Sir, that's completely all right. I completely understand. I apologize. Just whenever you're, possibly available, come on through. We'll give you a refund and I'll replace your food for you." And he was like, "That's it?" And I was like, "Sir," and he goes, "There's a fucking hair in my food. It makes me want to fucking throw up." And I was like, "Yes, sir, I understand." And he was like, "This is just some fucking bullshit. Like, why is there hair in my GD food? What the hell is this shit?" And I was like, "Sir, I completely understand. You're not going to cuss me out. I will hang up the phone immediately and I will not help you. I am offering a full refund for your $30+ order and offering to remake the food again at no cost. But you're not going to cuss me out. You're going to talk to me like a person. I'm going to refund your food." And he was like, "You're going to give me a refund for it?" And I was like, "Yes, sir." And he goes, "All right, bet." And hung up the phone. I was like, why do you have to be just an asshole? Like, I am offering to fix your food and give you your money back.
Yeah. Well, I don't
You're getting a
ever.
free $30
I
meal.
always give like the food back. I don't ever do the money unless
I give
our
I give
system for
refunds back just so they'll shut up.
refunds. Our system for refunds are different at
Yeah,
Jack's
Jackson's for
than for
refunds is kind
McDonald's.
of
It's
fucked.
a little bit harder to do refunds at Jack's. You can do it.
It is.
It's a process. But
Mhm.
um, like like I said, I really don't do refunds unless they ask, and normally if I do, only refund what's mess up. I'm weird with it because I can, and Noah can attest to this. Probably the best thing I'm at in fast food is customer service. Customer service is my strong suit. It's where I'm good at all day, every day. I'm your guy. Like that's no issue.
Everything else he's fucking garbage
Yeah,
at.
absolute dog water, horrible, overpaid as fuck. I'm the what the fuck was that guy, the quarterback that played for the Texans? Um, they got that massive contract. Brock Osweiler. I'm the no,
Deshaun
no. Oh
Watson
my
with all
god.
the
I'm the
you got
Brock.
you got the rape allegations?
Okay, let's not bring that up here. This is not the episode for that. I'm the Brock Osweiler of Jax. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. I think I'm pretty good at my job. Um,
Brock Osweiler. I haven't heard that name in years.
yeah, he's because he's fucking probably
Hit
sleeping up.
cigarette. Brock Osweiler. Haven't heard that name in years.
My last 2 stories were McDonald's, but I got a good Jack's one. I moved from Alabama to Tennessee. They paid for me to move, and there was the last couple days I worked in Alabama. There was a lady who got an ice cream cone. Okay, well, she got 2 drinks. She got a whole meal and ice cream, whatever. She gets the ice cream or gets her drinks, and one's a Coke, one's Dr Pepper. Well, the girl in the drive-thru didn't mark them. It happens. Get hurried, whatever. It happens. Which one's the Coke? Uh, the girl was like, and I was like right there, and so I was like, we can remake them for you, ma'am. And she was like, well, do you want me to pour it on you? What? 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 That
You want me to pour
escalated.
this drink right back at you?
Like, what the fuck?
Which one's the damn Coke?
Like, you keep those 2 drinks. I'll get you 2 new drinks that are marked, so you know what the fuck they are, and you have an extra Coke
ma'am,
and a
I
Dr
can just
Pepper.
remake you the
Yeah.
Coke. I'm gonna goddamn pour it on you. Is what I want.
So like while I'm remaking her drinks, the girl's giving her food. So gives her the bag, and she puts the bag. You know, there's like a person in the passenger seat, and then she takes her it's a double scoop ice cream cone, and she's just yelling at us. And she takes the ice cream cone. She takes the ice cream cone and drops it on the other person's like knee in the passenger seat, and the floor. Ice cream's everywhere, and she's like fucking like stroke level. You're gonna give me a fucking refund. You're gonna make me another ice cream. Blah, blah, blah. And I like the girl in the drive-thru, by the way, is like a 16-year-old girl. And I was like, hey, Courtney, can you move, please? And I like smacked the fucking window, and I'm like, hey, we're not doing this. You're leaving. And she was like, what? What do you mean? I was like, either you leave or I'm calling the cops. What do you mean you can't do that? It's private property. I definitely can do that. And I was like, cool. And I just slammed the like hard, like crow hop, run and start, slam the window. And I don't ever do shit like that. And I turn around and I'm like, and the entire crew's like, we've never seen you like that. And I'm like, yeah, because I normally don't get that fucking mad, but that lady can go fuck herself. Oh my god, over a fucking. It's hilarious though. After now looking back on it.
When you worked at the McDonald's in Glencoe, was there ever that old man that came into the lobby and you could never understand a word that he was saying because he spoke quiet as shit? He had the real bad hunch in his back. He always got the police discounts.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that he thinks I'm Dakota.
Really?
Because every time he walks into the restaurant, he looks at me, he's like, hey, buddy, and he shakes my hand. And he shakes my hand, and he walks over, and he's like, how you doing today? And I'm like, I'm doing great. How are you, sir? He's like, I'm doing just fine. Just give me my usual. And so I'll ring up his little quarter pounder and 2 burgers he always gets, and give him his little police discount because he worked for the force for like 30 years. And the other day, I was just in the kitchen. They had the lobby open, and Brett was still there. I was working in the kitchen, and I was, making the food, and I look over and I see him on the front counter, and I just kind of wave at him because he thinks that he knows me, and in reality, I've never like met the man before. I've only ever seen him in the lobby at McDonald's, and like I feel like he thinks that he knows me somehow, and I just don't. I just
You just
fucking
go
don't.
with it. He was like an old kind
I
of weird
just
guy.
go,
Yeah.
he's an old guy, and I don't wanna,
Yeah.
like, upset him or let him down or anything. I'm just like, "Hey, how you doing, man?" And shake his hand. But, the other day, I was in the kitchen, I look over and I see him, and I'll wave at him, say, "Hey," and whatever, and he's like, "Hey there, buddy," and I go back and start making my food. I just go back and start making my food again, and, I walk into the office to grab me a drink, and I hear a lot of commotion from up front, and I just kinda disregard it and just kept drinking my drink, go back in the
I was
kitchen.
like, not my
And
problem.
Brett
I'm in the
walks
kitchen
up, and
today.
he's like Brett walks up, and he goes, "I need to show you something." And he's like I said, "Okay." He brought me to the office and ran back the cameras from, like, 10 minutes before, and when I went into the office to go get my drink, the old man walks behind the counter. He just starts walking behind the counter and walks up to the running station, and this older lady that works there, just looks at him, and she's like, "Sir, you can't be back behind the counter," and he just fucking waves her off. Doesn't say anything, just shoos her away like she's a fucking dog or something, and walks up to the counter and is just sitting there, just staring into the kitchen. And Brett runs up front because they're calling for him, and he's standing there, and Brett's like, sir, you can't be behind our counter. I need you to step back around." He's like, "Where that young boy at?" And he's like, "Sir,
Looking for you.
step back around the counter, please." And he stepped around the counter, gave him his food, and he went on his way. And I didn't see any of it. And we rewinded it on the cameras, and the old man's just standing there waiting for me, bro. Like, I don't understand what his affinity is with me. Like, I just don't know him. But I mean, God, I love old people to death sometimes, but
There can be the
it's just too
worst.
much. It's too much.
That your old people
It's
made me
just
think of
it's just
something.
so funny to me because I just don't know him. I've never met him in my life, but he has that, like, if he sees me, it's like a fucking magnet. He's just like, "Hey, buddy."
I bet he sounds just like
It's
that.
just what it is. Well, you can't hear him because he's so quiet, but, like, when you do hear him, he's like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?"
I
So, I don't know,
I
bro.
speaking of the word buddy and old people, I forgot about this story until just now.
Okay.
When I worked
Okay.
at Southside, the Jacks, where I transferred to Tennessee, there was a dude one night. He got a dinner or whatever and was like steak. We had to cook it to order.
Mhm.
Cook it to order, whatever, bring it out to him, have a good day. I was super
Was that
polite.
Jax?
Yes, that Jacks.
Okay.
Give him his food and whatever he comes, he leaves. Comes back like 20 minutes later. And he's like at the speaker, he's like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." And the girl's like, "Hey, can you just pull the window?" And I was like, because we're busy. And she told him to pull the window, and I was gonna take care of it at the window. And like, um, he gets to the window. Like, and we're busy. Like, I'm in my go mode, busy, whatever. And like, "Hey, buddy, how are you? What can I do for you?" "What the fuck you call me?" Uh, uh, what? "Don't fucking call me buddy. I'm your fucking elder. You fucked up my food." I'm like, uh, um, I was like, I was just so thrown off, and like, I don't know, it just pissed me off instantly. Because I'm sure, I mean, this is not episode 4, like that story, but my grandparents raised me. My dad is 71 years old. So I don't call anyone sir off age. I was raised by someone older. I think the way I present myself and the way I talk is respectful enough. I don't have to say sir to everyone unless it's, a situation calls for it. This situation, I was just trying to be nice,
Yeah,
de-escalate.
our generation, that's what I don't understand. You're not if you say that to anybody, like 32 and younger, they're not gonna care. If you
Yeah,
call someone buddy or if you say what's up or something like that, if you don't just like, "Yes, sir, how can I help you?" If it's anybody like 30, like 5 and under, they're not gonna care at
yeah.
all. Yeah, that's just the generational thing, I guess.
Mhm.
It's like older people, they demand respect, and younger people are like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, I don't think, I don't,
Uh,
yeah, he cussed me out for calling him buddy. I don't remember fixing his food. I'm sure I did. But, like, all I can remember was I got cussed out by an old dude for calling him buddy.
that's ridiculous. I don't understand that. Like,
Yeah.
I genuinely don't like, we're raised in the South. We call people sir, like, most of the time. Like, it's a respectful thing, but, like, I don't know. I feel like the more that we've grown up, the more we're just, like, more nonchalant about
Yeah.
things. Like, I don't know. Like, I do that all the time. Like, if somebody walks in the lobby, I'm like, "Hey, man, how can I help you?" Just stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, usually, I feel like that makes you seem more friendly and more approachable instead of just being like, "Hi, sir, how can I help you?" Because that
Yeah.
just sounds robotic. Like you say this shit all the time. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know. That's a weird situation. Like, get cussed out for calling someone buddy. That's so stupid. How
Yeah.
old was this guy?
Uh, 50s, 60s.
Yeah,
It
it
was
makes
dumb.
sense.
No, younger than my dad for sure. I was just like, bro, you just got to calm down. Like,
But yeah, in all the years we've had in food service, like it, plenty of times we've been cussed out, plenty of times we've been yelled at, threatened to be fought.
many more to come. I'm sure there is part of
Yeah,
it.
many more to come in however long we end up staying where we're at, or if we move on, or whatever the hell we're gonna do. It's never gonna stop. There's always gonna be those old people that come out of church on Sundays that'll cuss you out,
Just
like after they
mad.
pray to the
Yep.
Lord. Like,
Just mad for no reason. Just angry.
it's like the worst crowd.
Yeah.
Just the people that get out of church on Sunday are like the worst people, especially like when I was working at Top of the River in El Tapatio, like
I would sit down.
the
Yeah, sit
worst
down.
kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
people. The worst kind of people are the after church Sunday crowd.
Hmm.
Don't know why. They get done praying to God and then they come home and cuss you out. That's it.
Yeah.
They left their praises in the church.
Well, that I agree. Like, I think the two hardest days is like Wednesday nights and Sundays in general. Sundays
Yeah,
are ass.
Sundays are awful. Thursdays for us are very bad. I don't know why.
They're busy for us. I work tomorrow night, which is Thursday night. Nah, yeah,
As
I
do I.
expect to be busy. I'll make it work. I'll make it work.
I've never had somebody our age have a problem like
No.
that
I've
ever.
never had someone our age have a problem at all.
I've
Like,
never I've had someone we've messed up somebody's food before our age and they come back and be like, "Hey, this is messed up." And we're like, "All right, let me fix it." And they're like, "All right, bet." Like I've never had someone our age or 10 years over or under get genuinely upset and try to cuss me out or fight me ever.
mhm.
And I just feel like our generation at that stance is and it's weird because like the guy thought you were being disrespectful by not calling him sir, but we're really a more respectful generation.
Overall, yeah, I agree 100%.
Like I don't think I've ever in my life just genuinely just disrespected someone ever
You got,
without being
yeah,
disrespected first.
you 100% have to do something to me first before I will
Like
ever say anything cross.
that's my thing that I preach though is like I don't care if you don't like me or you're gonna respect me. I don't care who you are. I've had fallouts with bosses, people that are under me, everything. Like I don't care if you don't like me. It's not my job to make you like me. It's my job, run a business but you're gonna respect me.
Yeah,
Whatsoever. You're going to respect me. But
100%.
anyways, I think that's gonna wrap it up for our first episode, man.
Right,
Karens.
right.
Fucking
Well,
crazy.
one last thing on Karens I want to say. I think the issue
Alright.
with what has caused so many Karens and just disrespectful customers is the whole it's a very, and I've made this very clear to my current employers. The the customer is always right mindset is fucking wrong.
Yeah,
It is stupid. Like, 20 years ago
100%.
when fast food's trying to grow and really kind of take over sit down restaurants overall is like is a big thing.
Dude, like
Yeah, it
we're gonna
fucked it.
end up making our store's gonna end up making $2.8 million on a 90% drive-through sales.
Yeah,
Like, there's no room for sit-down restaurants really anywhere. Like this shit's
yeah,
taking over. And that customer's always right mindset is stupid.
yeah.
And
It causes
every
issues.
single restaurant in the United States runs off that customer
Yeah.
first shit. Like a lot of the times, the customers are just stupid.
Yeah, and they don't, and it's all, yeah, they just
They
don't
don't know what
know.
they're talking
Yeah,
about. They don't work there.
yeah.
So why are they right?
The customers will try to tell you what you do and do not have. It's hilarious. Like, you work here?
Bro,
Hey,
like
I'm called out tomorrow. Can you
we're
take my
we
shift? Does
don't
he
we
work
don't
here?
have our Tropic Berry Sprite anymore. I
Oh,
think
really?
we literally yeah, we stopped selling
Oh,
it.
shit.
I don't know why. I don't know why McDonald's not doing it. Like they sell it in bottles now, dude. Like it's not a McDonald's only thing, and I think
Okay.
that's why they stopped doing it. Uh, but literally someone came through the other day. They were like, "Yeah, let me get a Tropic Berry Sprite." I'm like, "Sir, I'm sorry, but we no longer carry that." And he goes, "Yeah, you do, sir. No, we don't carry that anymore." "Yeah, you do." "No, sir, we don't carry Tropic Berry Sprite anymore. We don't have it." And he goes, "Yeah, you guys have it." Like, what the fuck is that? All right,
To
we
be
need to
honest,
stop.
yeah, 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 yeah. We
We
could
have
go on
we
all
have too
day.
many stories to
Yeah.
fit in our
Right,
time
right,
frame that we've
right.
restricted ourselves to. We just can't. Anyways, wow,
Anyways,
I'm cutting that out.
no, keep it
Anyways,
in.
thank you to everyone that has come in and watched or listened. If you're on Spotify, Apple, anything that you listen on, or going to YouTube and watching us after I cut this up and edit it. Um, Thank you to everybody that watched our first episode, and hopefully we'll be back for several more because I think this went pretty well.
I did
Not gonna
too.
lie.
This has been a long time coming, and I keep falling asleep every time
Yes,
we
it
go to do
has.
this.
You keep postponing it. I've been trying
I
to do this
just
for a
I
minute
get
now,
tired,
like, and
man. This
I'm
fast
about to
food
start
shit.
working on our like logos and stuff like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
and we should be up pretty soon.
yeah.
So thank you everybody that watched. Nick, go ahead and say bye to everyone.
Bye. Thank you all for hopefully tuning in. I appreciate
Peace
it.
out.
Come back and see us next time. Bye.
Bye.